Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil, Laird.
I'm Fuego here.
I'm Andrew Mercer.
I'm producer Dave.
And we are back a little bit late this time, but we are here again to review some Ash vs. Evil Dead from Season 1. This time we are doing Episode 3. So, who wants to talk about what Episode 3 was all about? You guys are too long. I'm going to do it. All right, this one basically Ash and Pablo and what's the girl's name? Kelly?
What is it?
Kelly, I think.
Kelly!
Either way, the trio, as we can start to call them, because
the Ghost Breakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
They decide that they need some information about how to basically put the genie back in the bottle, as it were. Ash let everything loose in the first episode, or prior to the first episode, when he was a little stoned and read
Trying
from
to get
the
some
book.
tail, as we joked about, and
Absolutely.
some of the commenters were like, "Do they have tails? Do the women have tails in America?" I thought that comment was kind of funny.
Yep, but yeah, so they need some information, so he decides to go to this paranormal bookstore kind of place and talk to the purveyor of the establishment. Exactly. And ultimately what they decide to do is, in the obvious Ash is not so smart course of action, they decide to summon a low-level demon to ask him how to get rid of the other demons that they've already let loose in the world.
I thought it was actually Brown Einstein's idea, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Brown Einstein said something like that, and Bruce ran with it as usual. So let's dive into it. What did we think of this episode, you guys?
Well, I think they started out with comedy,
Yeah.
right from the old movies. So, that was one of my favorite things about the old movies. So I was glad they still had that sort of, when you got a demon by his balls, you can kind of torture him a little bit, in a sense.
You're talking about the initial scene where we got to
Right.
see a
And
smidge
we also
of
got to
Lucy
see
Lawless.
Lucy Lawless.
A.k.a. Lucy Ruthless in this. The way
We're
she's
just
treating
I'm
this
just going
guy.
to Lucy Lawless skip right ahead to say that in the episode ends with an opportunity for Lucy Lawless to come in and save the day, and for two of our characters to meet. So I'm really digging the comedy aspect. It's pretty funny through the whole episode.
Yeah, this whole
Yeah.
one had a lot of laughs in it.
A little bit less gore, but they still had some cool fucking makeup though.
Yeah, definitly.
So
I think
we'll definitely talk
the
about
end wasn't highlighted enough. The very end was actually pretty cool. The guy, I don't want to spoil it, but the effect
Somebody
they
comes
had-
back.
Yeah, the effect they had and everything. It was quick, but it was. I thought it was the best one of the episodes. So.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this is this was the first time within the Evil Dead universe that we saw a demon that wasn't a Deadite play a part, at least that I can recall. So this low-level demon, as they were trying to summon, ended up being this really badass, really well-made-up creature that had a sort of it had a visual effect added to the makeup, where the makeup was basically, it was a lipless creature with two teeth, horns coming off of its chin on either side, and then the
looked like
rest
a-
was just a blue skin,
It looked like a Cenobite, maybe.
a little bit of a
kind
Cenobite look
Yeah.
to it from Hellraiser,
Totally.
exactly. But
Yeah.
the thing is, the mouth stayed still, but the rest of his body was like shimmering almost, like moving really rapidly. So I thought that, like, the demon was super impressive to me.
It's like a dimensional ripple. type
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
almost,
exactly.
or-
Even though it wasn't necessarily, an overly practical effect. I mean, it was, but it was combined and augmented by CG, and I thought it was so well done. I'm like, if this is a forerunner of the way this show is going to go, then I'm really excited to see what they can pull off.
Yeah, totally.
Did you guys like the design of the demon, or was it a little weird, or was it too much like a Cenobite?
I think maybe too much like a Cenobite, but I was just happy to see a different type of creature in
Yeah.
there, as opposed to just an infected person. Or
Get a break from the traditional zombies and get something that it's got powers too. Like you said, it's low level, but it was low level because they didn't really understand the power.
Yeah.
It's a mind control kind of a creature And
it was like a mind screaming kind of thing.
Yeah, it had him.
Well, we haven't really seen the effects yet because we definitely saw it go in there and break something.
Yeah,
Went
like a
into
couple
their
blood
minds
vessels
and,
pop.
I mean, who knows if they're blood vessels or memories or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's something inside them has changed now because of it.
And now they're talking about things being key to being inside. Something about inside. So
there's sort of a prophecy that Ash doesn't really understand, and
Of course not.
So the book is the source of evil?
No, not the source. More of a passageway. The book itself is harmless, unless wielded by someone either very evil or very stupid.
Yeah, so, I'm assuming that's going to be sort of a running mystery. But what did you guys think of the cop character in this one? Because finally we saw her sort of cross over with Ash and crew. And did we care more about her now that she got a lot more screen time? I'm going to say, for me, I did. I'm like, okay, at least we're learning a little bit about her. She's learning about our characters. I love when characters have that moment where they're like, oh, all this is real. And then they can be brought into the fold a little bit more. So we got a little bit of that in this episode with the cop character.
She still wasn't buying it, though. I mean, as we
she wasn't buying it, but until she saw the demon, and she's like, what the hell is that? So, there's only so much denying that she can do from this point on. But
I think she's going to be a little bit more interesting when she fully hooks up with Lawless.
Yeah.
Well, the pilot was 44 minutes,
right.
And then the first two episodes were combined 44 minutes. So had they put the first two episodes together, well, not the pilot, besides the pilot, so 2 and 3.
Right.
Had they put those together in a 1 hour form, I think you wouldn't have felt that way. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, because in the last episode, they sort of, they introduced her character in a way. They showed her along her journey to get to the bookstore, where I think that Lucy Lawless's character is going to show up just in the nick of time.
Hopefully so, yeah, because
Otherwise,
we're just warming up to the cop, and she's going to go away really quickly. If not, because she was left alone with a not so good presence.
Well, I was going to say to connect back to the gap in between seeing her from the last time and seeing her now. I almost forgot that her partner died. It was almost like she's like, I lost, connecting back with the girl. I lost my partner. I was like, oh yeah, that's
I forgot
that
about
was
it
a,
too.
was a prolific bit, man.
So, but
in the opening, he definitely got his face blown away.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, now I remember.
He was the one doing the crazy crawling around.
It took them saying that to bring it back, and then bring her, like I said, brought her back into the fold more because now they relate to the characters. They have
you can sympathize with her a little bit more.
They have a jumping off point, and now we can see her episode. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
Did you feel like the demon worked, or did it feel out of place from the Deadites, or what did you think as someone again? Andrew's our resident newbie to the Evil Dead universe, so I always like getting his perspective.
I think it was placed well because they summoned it, they brought it on, but like I said, it was we get a low level demon. Well, what scale? Minor demon. What scale are they going by though?
You're nothing like your picture.
Sounds like a nerd.
It's kind of funny they summon them, but it's almost like it was toying with them.
Mm-hmm.
It was doing exactly what it wanted, and it got to a point where it was almost a surprise attack, a cheap shot, and then we're kind of left in a mystery.
Yeah.
So it was cool, it wasn't too much. I don't think when you summon a demon, you expect something something
crazy,
more,
yeah.
And you normally see the big tentacle thing crawl out or something like that, especially
like
with
Cthulhu type, borderline crazy.
Well, just something that comes out from the ground, just the generic, here's a monster.
Sure.
But just to have the whole even just the way it showed up, there it is.
Yep.
Oh. And the first thing, don't break the circle.
Yeah, and of course, how long before that was
Yeah.
built?
Who saw that one coming?
And I hope that's how they established that there's the demon form, and then when it goes into human, it kind of looks like the possessed ones
The
that were used
Deadites.
to,
Yeah, it is a little bit more of an explanation. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think that pretty much covers this episode. Any final thoughts?
I will say they did talk to somebody. Remember the father, I think it was in Evil Dead 2, the father somehow talks to his daughter through the book from hell.
Yeah.
He said it sends her a message. So like the same sort of like special effect you were talking about before, where it was like breaking through dimensions. I think they've established that before, and then
that's true.
updated it and made it look really cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'd forgotten about that. So
Yeah. I also like the added cohesion between the unit. You can see the three of them getting more chemistry, more comfortability.
Well, and that was
becoming
like
a real
Scoobies.
faction.
Yeah, that was the whole point of this
Ghostbreakers.
episode.
Yeah.
You know,
they're becoming the Scoobies.
and to
totally.
connect the cop to it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
But
going
yeah,
to be
again,
a
the
five-some at some point, I think. You know?
Lost Woody, that was a good line.
Yeah.
There was a couple great lines in the show.
Bruce was nailing them as usual.
A little too much yapping and not enough happening.
Yeah, too much yapping and not enough happening. Yeah, that he's just great. I mean, I love that line. You look nothing like your picture. You better get that updated. You know, like I thought that was great. So,
But actually, he did look like the picture from the book.
a little bit, yeah.
Just bigger and taller and
Yeah.
skinnier and scarier.
exactly.
Human form.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's going to do it for Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1, Episode 3. Stay tuned. We're going to be putting up our reviews of Episodes 4 and 5 pretty quickly after this. Sorry we got a little behind, but holidays, you know.
Which means we're binge watching.
Exactly. So thanks very much for watching. I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, I'm in Fuego here.
I'm Andrew Mercer.
And producer Dave.
And remember,
Stay
stay scared.